Some viewers may find this disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised.
Hi, my loves. It's Destin Choice, and you're watching Choice TV. I haven't done one of these in a long ass time, but I wanted to get out here and do another unpopular opinions video because I'm still recovering from my last one, and I lost a lot of fucking subscribers. But I'm okay with that. I feel like I could lose a little bit more. I feel like we could weed out more people who are here just to be here. So I wanted to get on here and give my fucking unpopular opinions about the things I feel, I believe, and I think. Go to hell, make your own fucking unpopular opinions. I don't give a fuck. But these are my unpopular opinions. Please, for the love of God, stop spending mad money on designer fucking brands when you could literally just book a fucking flight to China and you can literally get it your fucking self. There's so many countries and so many cities that sell all these fucking knockoff products that look the exact same. The only difference is it doesn't have like the barcode or the stamp of approval from fucking Europe. You can literally go to China, Chengdu, you can go to Istanbul, Turkey, and you can go to Marrakesh, Morocco and get all these designer brands. Some of y'all are like literally saving y'all paychecks, spending $1,800 to $2,000 on a fucking hand-me-down used bag. Meanwhile, you can go to all these fucking countries for much less on a fucking round trip ticket and get a bunch more bags for much cheaper. Like, for example, I recently went to Marrakesh, Morocco, and I was showing so many fucking bags and so many designer stuff on my story. And I was even buying stuff for a lot of y'all who are reaching out to me. And a lot of y'all were asking me to get things like Miu Miu, Christian Dior, Dior saddlebags, and things like Chanel bags. And I was paying like $40, $60, $80, $90, sometimes $70 for a fucking Chanel bag that looks so fucking similar to the actual one.
So they have the rainbow stuff. You wouldn't believe it. Boom. Can't even believe it. I found this.
I did so much shopping that I literally had to buy a whole separate carry-on so that way I could bring it back to America. And then I shipped it to a lot of y'all who reached out to me and asked me to buy y'all shit. So if you're watching this and you ever want me to buy you a bag or buy you some designer stuff, just reach out to me via email, preferably Instagram, or maybe even tweet me, and I'll get you some shit. Like, a lot of this stuff is dirt cheap, and it comes from the same fucking place, China.
Send you one more video, just so you can see. Send you one more video. This is the other quality one. And then open it really quickly. Just really quickly. So you can see.
I kid you not, literally paid damn near $70 for shit like this. So follow me on Instagram or email me, and if I'm ever in Africa or Asia, I'll grab you something if you're willing to like literally pay for shipping and handling and all that stuff. But this is the kind of stuff that a lot of y'all don't see. Like, they literally get the same exact materials from China, different parts of Asia, different parts of Africa, and they make the bags in Europe. Meanwhile, they charge y'all thousands for it. So please stop paying thousands for a lot of these designer brands, designer sandals, and a bunch more, because there's some really good knockoffs that look the exact fucking same. A lot of times y'all don't realize it, but a lot of your faves and reality TV stars do the exact same fucking thing. Appa Road is a mean girl, and I don't blame her for being rude as fuck to her fans. I mean, it is all fun and games until people stop going to your shows and you can't sell records anymore and you get dropped by your label. But I actually completely understand why she doesn't want people talking to her and why she doesn't want anybody taking photos of her.
Yeah, a very long time. This is birthday.
Yeah!
Oh, for
Chappelle, love you, Chappelle! Love you, Chappelle! Wait,
sorry, madam.
This is what it's like. So I'm just trying to go to dinner, and I've asked these people several times to get away from me.
Please step to the side. Step to the
This
side.
person I've asked several times to go away, and they will not. They're hiding their face because they're ashamed. Because I've asked them. These are all the people that are completely disregarding all of my boundaries.
My first time to see you, Chappelle. It's my first time to see you.
Then go away.
Happy to see you.
So I want all of you. I'm asking you kindly to please leave me alone and stop following me.
Can you give us something nice? Then we go home.
Thank you. No, I'm not gonna sign. Thank you so much.
Okay,
So
no
this
problem.
is
You
what
have
it's
your
like
choice, yeah.
if you're wondering how it is.
This crash out is justified, especially if she asked him to go away. But she's definitely raised the stakes in the way she's spoken to people, even though she's the one that chose to be famous and be in the public eye.
I don't care that abuse and harassment, stalking, whatever, is a normal thing to do to people who are famous or a little famous, whatever. I don't care that it's normal. I don't care that this crazy type of behavior comes along with the job, the career field I've chosen. That does not make it okay. That doesn't make it normal. It doesn't mean I want it. It doesn't mean that I like it. I don't want whatever the you think you're supposed to be entitled to whenever you see a celebrity. I don't give a if you think it's selfish of me to say no for a photo or for your time or for a hug. That's not normal. That's weird. It's weird how people think that you know a person just because you see them online or you listen to the art they make.
Chaperone is a mean girl, but I don't blame her for having her guard up and not wanting to interact with fans. I mean, she is a complete bitch to people, which sucks because people went out their way to actually support her. But, I mean, just don't support her.
But I'm not complaining about success. I'm just complaining about creepy behavior. I love, like, admiration. Everyone loves admiration. Like, I just don't want you to, like, interrupt me at, like, when I'm having a fight with my girlfriend. I think I made a big enough deal about not talking to me that people do not talk to me. I've been with people, like, friends who are, like, artists, and they're, like, when they're with me, they're like, it's a force field around us. People don't come up to me if I'm with you. Baby, you say it too. You say, don't touch me. Don't touch me. Don't look at me. Don't talk to me. I don't know who you are. And they won't come up to bother you. I know it really hurts people because they feel like it's me disrespecting them, that I owe it to them. How dare I call it abuse? And it's like,
Put your camera away, please. Put your camera away. No photos.
I mean, I would never do half the shit she does at all. I think it's a blessing when you have an audience of people that actually show up for you and go hard for you, because I'll never forget what Taylor Swift said.
But in my apartment, in my house, we can bake, we can make dinner, we can dance, we can do whatever we want. It's just that it's just a fact that when I'm outside the doors of my apartment, people are watching me, and that's the life that I chose.
And you're okay with it?
I have days where I am, days where I'm not. You know, like, I don't think anyone has a solid stance on any way that they feel. Like, it's like saying, are you happy every day? You know, I mean, sometimes it feels absolutely stifling and overwhelming, to be honest with you. But most of the time I'm able to go through the mental exercise where I just say to myself, how many years did you want this? How many years did you dream about this? How many times did you say to yourself that if you ever got famous, you would walk up to people in restaurants and introduce yourself if they were trying to take a picture of you? Like, I always used to say when I was a little kid, like, if I ever got to do this, I would make the most of it, and I would try to do good things with it, and I wouldn't be all weird and affected by it. So it's not a normal life. I think it's only honest that I admit that to myself.
And Taylor Swift had this perspective about fame, and it's so true. There's a point in time where you think that it's all sweet and all fun and games to, you know, get recognized, but then what happens when you don't get recognized and people stop coming up to you and people stop supporting you? Then what? Then what happens when you can't negotiate brand deals? Then what happens when you can't negotiate eyes being on you? Then what happens when people try to interact with you and nobody wants to fucking deal with you and put up with you or pay you anything for a fucking meet and greet one day? So let her sales dry up, let her success dry up, and let her realize that you don't know what you got until it's gone. The artist Trim is an industry plant. So she's gotten countless comparisons to Nicki Minaj. People would be like, she sounds like Nicki, she sounds like this. And I'm not gonna lie, she sounds fairly good and she sounds decent as an artist, but she's an industry plant. She's being forced on us for some odd reason. I don't know where the fuck she came from, but somebody in the industry knows her and they're backing her and giving her a shit ton of corporate money. So I think she's an industry plant that's being forced on us because she came out of fucking nowhere. We don't need a White Chicks 2. We just don't need it. Honestly, a Scary Movie 6 is one thing, but let White Chicks be what it is. But the reason why they can't create a whole new franchise, if I'm being honest, is because most people don't care to support it. Like, look at his movie Sextuplets. Most of it was garbage. It was a boring movie. It wasn't funny. And a lot of us did not support it like we did a lot of his previous work. So he don't have a choice but to bring back old shit. The hamburger helper virus is a setup. Yes, I've been calling it the hamburger helper virus because I don't want to say that stupid ass word because I don't want to get censored or restricted because YouTube is always trying to do that shit to me. But the hamburger helper virus apparently passes through rat feces, and it also passes through rat pee. And if you would even inhale it or are close to it, or somebody gets in contact with it and they get in contact with you, you can get heavily sick. People say that it's something petty right now and it's not getting big, but I feel like it's going to be a lot bigger than what it is. When it comes to the hamburger helper virus, seeing it spread like this, seeing it spread all across a cruise ship, who the fuck put like these disgusting infested rats on these cruise ships? On top of that, people don't realize, but this has been around for years. Like the hamburger helper is not new. It's been around since the early 90s, and a lot of people don't talk about that. Look, so here's the thing that a lot of the people in the government won't tell you. Here's the thing that a lot of people in the news won't report to you. A lot of these viruses and illnesses are coming from melted icebergs. Like, believe it or not, a lot of the melted icebergs that we have now, because of what people call global warming, causing a spread of diseases. A lot of reindeers, animals, extinct animals, and viruses, they all got frozen in time through glaciers and through icebergs. And as time goes on, a lot of these icebergs and glaciers are melting in the water and they're passing through. People are swimming in these waters. People are fishing in these waters. And then a lot of us are getting these illnesses through these fucking melted icebergs. And they're melting fast. There's billions of them all across the world, all across Europe, all across Canada, and all across Latin America. And when these melted icebergs break and they melt, a lot of us are consuming prehistoric viruses and bacteria that have existed for thousands of years, and that's what's happening.
We have species on the move. Humans don't move that much with climate change, not yet. So the animals are moving towards the poles. Of course, with animals bringing with them the biomes, the bacteria they have in their stool or viruses, they bring into virgin areas.
So it's clear that there's a lot that's still unknown. And I think that's what makes it more terrifying. Recent publications suggest that there could be up to 1.7 million unknown viruses in circulation right now capable of infecting humans. So adding viruses from up to 1 million years ago into the equation is a pretty unsettling thought.
Low-key, I think somebody's melting that fucking ice. At the end of the day, they could make fucking trillion-dollar spaceships all across the fucking globe, but they can't find ways to keep the fucking ice cold.
Because they want to justify the global economy being fucked up. They want to justify trying to make everybody go electric. They want to justify having all of us be isolated and have all of us be on some fucking universal basic income. And they want to justify controlling the rest of the population and fear-mongering us. So I wouldn't be surprised if this shit got worse and the hamburger helper takes over the world. And hell, by literally the summertime, end of the summertime, the shit gets fucked up all over again. The dating pool doesn't suck. A lot of y'all just need passports. Some of y'all said that you're having a hard time dating. Go to Poland, go to Turkey, go to places like France, and go to even other places like Armenia, where they prioritize marriage, relationships, and much more. Hell, even go to places like Ghana, where a lot of those men are looking for wives. Some of y'all just need a passport. Like, I get it's a lot of work to have to travel just to fucking find a companion, but the dating pool only sucks because you're limiting yourself to your shitty-ass neighborhood that nobody gives a fuck about.
Nicki Minaj was low-key onto something when she said Cardi B was lying about her mom being Trini. If y'all didn't know, when Cardi B and Nicki Minaj had their crazy feud literally almost a year ago, where they were talking about each other's children, Nicki Minaj tweeted, ABCDEFG lied and said your mom was Trini. Now, looking back, it's crazy how people just glided past that, but I think low-key Nicki Minaj might be onto something. Cardi B has said on numerous occasions that she's Dominican and Trini, but when have you ever seen Cardi B sporting a Trinidadian flag? And have y'all ever seen any of Cardi B's Trinidadian relatives? Why don't we ever see anybody from Trinidad claiming that Cardi B is related to them? Like, we don't ever see her go to Trinidad waving the flag. We don't ever see her speaking patois, even though her mom is apparently Trini. And then I found this old clip of her saying that she's Trini, but then like gliding past it in like a weird way.
People be saying how now let's get into this topic, right? How supposedly I'm a culture vulture when it comes to hip-hop, and hip-hop is not my culture. And I'm guessing people are saying that because I'm Hispanic, like I'm half Hispanic. If people don't know about me, I'm gonna tell you about me. My father's fully Dominican. Thank you. My mother's mom is Trinidadian. My mother's dad is from Spain. And you know, my family was raised in the Caribbean islands, and I want to know why people think that hip hop is not my culture when I was born and raised in the Bronx.
Yeah, she's not fucking Trini. Like, she's just Dominican. But that's another video for another day. There's nothing wrong with Americans saying that we're from fucking America. I'm so tired of people literally being like, why do you Americans always say you're from America? America's a continent.
What pisses you off about America?
The fact that they call themselves Americans and America is a continent.
We know we're a fucking continent. We know that we're made up of Central America, North America, South America, and there's Canada, and there's the United States, and there's Mexico. We get it. We know. The problem is, a lot of y'all don't realize that the reason why a lot of us say we're from America or we're Americans is because it's shortening it. Just like how Dominicans say they're from DR, just like how people from the Congo say that they're from the Congo and not the Democratic Republic of the Congo. People are literally just shortening it. And I feel like people just want a reason to just rage bait and just shit on Americans. If Halsey looked black and had stronger black features, she'd be considered an R&B artist. Because she looks white, even though she's biracial, the world lets people like her get away with being considered pop artists. Halsey is biracial, but she makes R&B music. Will Ferrell from The Office got a lot of backlash because he basically said, I don't give a fuck if I have money, if I got a lot. My kids are gonna fucking live a lower, cheaper, minimalist lifestyle.
I won't pay for like stuff for my kids. They gotta, like, food and clothing. They gotta earn it.
What? How?
Yeah.
How would they? Why?
They just gotta figure it out. It's part of life.
But you don't.
I don't what?
You don't tell them like how to.
No, figure it out. I had to. And I'll, like, if we take a family trip, I'll sit in first class, and my kids will sit. They'll sit not only in coach, but on a different airline. Not even on the same flight.
What airline?
I'll make sure it's a red eye. They'll get the cheapest fare. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. They only get to fly Spirit Air.
Yeah. The red eye.
The red eye on Spirit.
Economy,
and as many changes, as many layovers as possible.
And to be honest with you, I think he's kind of in the right. I get it. People see it as, well, just because you struggled, your kids shouldn't have to struggle too. But sometimes struggle and sometimes getting it out the mud on your own builds resilience. You'd be surprised. Sometimes people who come from a lot of wealthy backgrounds catch up and live up to their full potential because their parents support them. But how many people do we know came from a lot and still did absolutely nothing with the shit they have? Still do nothing with the opportunity they were given. Still fucking waste time. Still fucking get an allowance. Still fucking have to rely on their parents to take care of everything in their fucking life. And they don't find a way to get it on their own. Honestly, I think Will Ferrell teaching his kid a valuable lesson. So the drive-thru employee wasn't wrong for going off on Neek from the couple channel Neek and King formerly, and the YouTuber. As we all know, Neek is a popular YouTuber and she likes to sometimes document her vlogs, her life, and she likes to show her children on her channel. So she did the whole, I would like to order what the person in front of me ordered. And honestly...
Hey, can I get the same thing that the person in front of us got, please?
Do you want to order something? We don't know what the person in front of you got. So do you want to order something? Do you know what you want to order?
Well, you don't know what the last person ordered?
No, I don't.
How about open? What did
I don't know nothing about that either. Do you want to place an order?
Duh, we want to place an order. We asking for whatever the person who ordered before us had. That's what we want.
Well, I don't know what that is.
Well, go talk to somebody who do.
Off the menu. If not, you can pull forward and come in store.
Can we talk to anybody who do know?
No, ma'am, but you can pull them forward and come up the store. You can talk to the manager.
Talk to the manager about ordering?
Ma'am, I'm not sure what you're asking me for. Do you want to place?
I know you're not sure. That's why we're requesting somebody else.
Well, it's not that bad. We can help you. You want to place an order? You don't know what you want.
Duh, I want to place an order. I'm asking you, can we speak to somebody else?
And the employee wasn't wrong. I get it. Sometimes people want to say things such as, well, it's just a challenge and she could have easily pulled up what the last employee ordered. But some people don't have time for these fucking games, okay? Some people don't have time for these fucking stupid ass challenges. It's hard out here. People are literally making like fucking $12 an hour for fucking healthcare related fields. People are literally struggling with their fucking finances. It's hard out here. So Yeah, with the way the economy's fucked up right now, people don't have the time or the patience. Just order your shit and keep it fucking moving. The Skeleton Key is one of the best horror movies I've ever seen in my entire life. Watch The Skeleton Key if you haven't watched it. But my unpopular opinion is this. I don't feel bad for that white girl that got possessed and had her body switched with that old ass lady. So if you're familiar with The Skeleton Key, you definitely know what I'm talking about. But it's basically a New Orleans movie. It's a psychological thriller about a girl who basically was a caregiver. And instead of minding her fucking business and walking out when she got hired to work with a woman who has had a history of practicing witchcraft and talking about witchcraft, she decided to stay in the fucking house, fight crime, and figure out what was wrong with the husband because she thought there was black magic being done on the husband. Bitch, mind your business. They were former slaves. They were formerly enslaved by a bunch of fucking white folks who mistreated them, beat them, berated them, and embarrassed them. And then they switched bodies with these people that enslaved them, so that way they would always be able to inherit generational wealth. And as a kid, I thought, damn, them fucking people are so damn evil switching bodies with people, which they are. But, I mean, hey, they were in survival mode. And at the end of the day, they were slaves to a system that tried to literally erase them and destroy them through bureaucratic systems and through paperwork.
We've been waiting for you, Caroline. Waiting for you to believe. It doesn't work if you don't believe.
They literally manipulated this stupid bitch into believing in magic and believing in hoodoo. And the more you believe in it and the more you allow this shit to step into your energy, the more it can fucking consume you. And she kind of had it coming. She should have minded her fucking business. And the one thing a lot of people can get from that movie is that you need to learn how to stay the fuck away from shit and the fuck away from people that you don't fully understand or grasp. A lot of us are not talking enough about Cuba, and I don't like that.
Cuba is facing a deepening energy crisis after the government announced that the island had run out of diesel and fuel oil, triggering worsening nationwide blackouts and rare protests across the capital, Havana. Eastern Cuba was plunged into another major electricity shutdown on Thursday, after the country's electrical grid suffered a partial collapse. Large parts of the island, including Santiago de Cuba, the country's second largest city, remained without power for hours. The crisis has pushed frustration to breaking points. Hundreds of Cubans took to the streets in several Havana neighborhoods on Wednesday evening.
So we're in a neighborhood of Havana where residents say they've just had their fill of the power cuts. They're lit trash on fire. There are dozens of people around us in the darkness banging in pots and pans. They said it was for the entire day. Without power, you can't cook, you can't work, you really can't go anywhere because of the gas crisis. Of course, this is a crisis the government blames on the United States. The energy blockade, the fact that almost no oil is coming to this island. This island has now run out of oil, according to its own officials. But people here a lot of times blame their own government because they say certain areas have power, other areas, poor neighborhoods like this one, do not have power. And that's why people are so indignant, because they simply say you cannot live this way a whole day, or sometimes several days without power. And so that's why you hear the banging of the pots and pans. People say they have nothing left to lose if the government comes here, if they arrest people. At this point, it would be better, they say, than to continue to live in these circumstances.
Los niños están sin comer, sin ir a la escuela, estamos desesperados. Las mujeres estamos ya hemos bajado 20 libras y los nervios muy mal, porque no tenemos cómo sustentar a los niños.
The tensions are running high. The U.S. is negotiating with Cuba, trying to find a compromise of some sort, but one that would require major concessions on the part of this government. But what people are saying here is that they simply cannot go on living like this.
So Cuba is essentially out of oil. Cuba literally relies on getting oil imported from all over the world, where basically their main people who imported to them was Venezuela. And Venezuela, as we all know, kind of got ransacked by the United States, and there's a lot of political instability in Venezuela right now. And due to that, America put a lot of sanctions on Cuba because America doesn't agree with the communist stuff. America doesn't like the fact that Cuba is ran by a dictatorship, and they want that to be ended. So now the Cuban people are fed up because the politicians won't be shaken down. And due to this, everybody's protesting and millions of people have no electricity. No oil means no electricity. No oil means they can't feed the power grid. No power grid being fed means people can't go to work. People can't go to university. Doctors can't work in hospitals. There's literally blackouts in hospitals as we speak. So if someone gets hurt, someone gets a broken arm, someone gets injured, guess what? There's nothing they can do because hospitals are closed down, because hospitals can't operate with no electricity. Then with no oil, it means they can't make medication. A lot of times y'all don't realize, but a lot of the oil we use is used to make medication, and they don't have access to it. So a lot of times they have to import medication, and when they have to import medication, guess what? They can't put it in the fridge because some medication has to be thrown in the fridge. And when medication can't be refrigerated, it spoils and goes bad, such as people that need insulin shots for when they have diabetes. America simply wants access to Cuba's resources, but as you all know, American tourism isn't even allowed. So due to American tourism not being allowed and Cuba having issues with America for decades, yeah, Trump ain't playing. He made it very clear. Yeah, change your politics and do business with us, or you're fucked, and we'll make sure the rest of the world doesn't work with you. So anyone that got an American bank account and they're working over there, anyone that wants to send Western Union, which we all know is a very popular money transfer platform that we've used for decades to send, money to relatives who are overseas, a lot of times that's just not working. You can't send money to your relatives in Cuba right now. You can't send money to anyone that you care about. You can't wire them nothing. If it's an American company, or if it's like if it involves America in any way, it's not gonna work. So due to that, you already know what's going on.
I do believe I'll be having the honor of taking Cuba. That'd be good. That's a big honor.
Taking Cuba.
Taking Cuba in some form, yeah. Taking Cuba. I mean, whether I free it, take it, I think I could do anything I want with it.
And it's disappointing that a lot of media isn't talking about this. We're so fucking worried about Cardi B and Stefan Diggs that a lot of us aren't talking about shit like this that actually matters. And it's important to kind of keep an eye on this kind of stuff, because it really goes to show you how America is making themselves a target for a lot of countries and making it awkward for a lot of us that actually want to go visit places.
It's demanding electricity.
We are demanding the right to have electricity. We have gone more than 40 hours without electricity. I live in a community where there are many elderly people, many of them bedridden. There are many children. Food is going bad inside the refrigerators, the little food that can be obtained. The country's situation is well known and well. It gave us the motivation to come out to see if even by banging a pot, they will give us at least 3 hours of electricity.
Cuba's energy minister Vicente de la Oleve described the situation as very tense.
The volumes involved in fuel consumption for electricity generation are in the millions of tons across the different types. The sum of the different types of fuel, crude oil, fuel oil, of which we have absolutely none, diesel, of which we have absolutely none, I am being repetitive. The only thing we have is gas from our wells, where production has grown.
The blackouts have dramatically worsened since January, after US President Donald Trump threatened tariffs on countries supplying fuel to Cuba. Venezuela and Mexico, once major suppliers of crude oil to the island, have since cut shipments. Cuba's government has blamed the worsening crisis on fuel blockade imposed by the US. The crisis is unfolding during an extraordinary moment in ties between the two countries. CIA Director John Ratcliffe visited Cuba on Thursday, but American officials did not acknowledge the humanitarian crisis caused by the US naval blockade around the country. Residents across Havana described a country pushed to the brink.
This is very complicated, and it is affecting people badly, especially children who are not going to school. As you can imagine, the country has a fuel shortage, and that is not hidden. That is not a lie. Our economy has hit rock bottom. There is no investment to do anything, and this is the reality we are left with.
It is because of the oil problem. There is no oil, you understand, and we have to deal with the consequences of all this.
So yeah, as far as I know, when I travel places and I go around the world, I'm from Canada. This is literally my Canadian accent whenever I meet people. Like sometimes people will be like, oh, you're from Canada? Where? I'm from Toronto. I'm from Scarborough area. Like I can't even honor it, man. Like I'm from Canada. Like literally am so terrified sometimes when I go places and tell people I'm from America because I never know their reaction. Sometimes I've been in the back of an Uber and it's been complete silence the minute I say I'm from America. Sometimes it's been awkwardness. Sometimes people have made like little slick comments at me when I went to Spain. Yeah, sometimes I just keep the whole America thing to myself. So yeah, I'm from Canada because everybody loves Canada. Actors and actresses in Hollywood who are underage should get mandatory therapy sessions, especially if you're a child star for big fucking companies like Nickelodeon and Disney Channel. You saw all that horrible shit a lot of those kids from Quiet on the Set went through. Listen, they need to fucking make mandatory therapy sessions a thing. Check in on these kids' mental health and much more. We just found out the guy from Zoe 101 was actually molested as a kid, and it actually pivoted him from being an actor. That's crazy. That's why we haven't seen him anymore. Who knows what he could have been had he been consistent in the acting world. So we need mandatory therapy sessions. Like, there's not a lot of that for a lot of these kids, and then they go out in the real world and then they fucking become homeless. Look at that young man from Ned's Declassified School Survival Guide. You don't even fucking really see him anymore because he's on the streets right now, homeless, asking people in California to like give him money.
Did you play on Disney Channel? Nickelodeon. Oh, Nickelodeon. What show was it again? Ned's Declassified School Survival. Oh yeah, you were that kid on it, huh? Yeah. I remember you. Yeah.
Like, it's really sad that he could have had a much better life had someone got him help early on. I think all this shit going on with Iran is fake as fuck and low-key kind of planned. Now, of course, I made my videos talking about it, and of course, I definitely think America is an imperialistic power that tries to bully other countries, and I definitely think a lot of this is over oil, but I low-key think all this is being done just so they can justify making the whole world go fucking electric. If the whole Middle East is over here threatening to tell ships, like, hey, if you fucking try to, bring your ship over here, we're gonna blow that bitch up, come at your own risk. And a lot of us rely on a lot of those shipping areas and those shipping seaport areas to ship products and ship fruits and vegetables and oils. I wouldn't be surprised if this was all done for us to go electric. Now, of course, I know oil is more than just fucking vehicles. Like, a lot of times, vehicles aren't just the only thing that needs oil. A lot of times we need oils to build freeways. We need oils for internet. We need oil to build batteries. We need oil to build fucking fuel engines. We need oil to fucking move ships. We need oil for food and the medication we have. Oil is a really important essential resource. But I low-key think all this is like low-key kind of staged. And I don't know, a piece of me low-key thinks that supreme leader, Khamenei Ayatollah, isn't really dead. I feel like he's still alive. I feel like he's hidden somewhere because he knows some crazy shit is coming down the fucking pipeline with his fucking country and all the other shit going on in the world. And I think he's going to be dragged into a very ugly war. And I think he just wanted to peacefully separate himself and retire on a private island. Because, I mean, that man is old as fucking hell. Like, he old as hell. He fucking survived cancer. You mean to fucking tell me he just fucking died because Israel and Iran set some fucking random strikes and he got caught in the crossfire while in his office? I don't believe he's gone at all. I believe he's still around. I think he's just living in fucking Barbados and on a crystal blue beach on a private island. And I think he's still alive. I don't think he's dead. I'm going to be honest with you. Like, if he's dead, why is there no autopsy report? If he's dead, why is there no fucking report of, like, what happened? Did he die from a blow to the head? Did he die from, like, his remains getting burnt? Did he get exploded in the crossfire? Like, there was a funeral, then they delayed the funeral. Where the fuck is his body? Was there an open casket funeral? What the fuck happened to his body? Where's the autopsy? How can we just trust people's word that he's dead? I don't believe he's dead. I think he's still alive. So, I'm going to be real. Outside food should not be allowed on planes. Some of y'all are fucking disgusting. Like, there's no reason why I should be fucking smelling seafood pasta and clam chowder while you're in the middle seat on a plane. Outside food should not be allowed. Snacks, chips, little things that are sealed, I completely understand. But things that you have to reheat, absolutely fucking not. That is disgusting, and I think airlines should ban that. The only thing that should be fucking allowed on planes is the actual airline food. What the fuck are y'all doing bringing Rasta pasta on a fucking plane? Y'all are fucking gross. I'm sorry. Eat that shit before you board. Don't nobody want to smell that shit, and don't nobody want to be hearing atomic bombs in the fucking bathroom. Like, if COVID had never happened, Spirit would still be here to this day. Whoever has the middle seat on a plane is entitled to the armrest. Y'all are selfish as fuck. Seeing somebody on the left, seeing somebody on the right, and then y'all are just taking up the armrest. Give that shit to the person in the middle. Like, why are you just fucking being selfish as fuck and being a stupid bitch and thinking that just because your arm was there first, you get it? Cardi B should have kept her relationship with Stefan Diggs to herself, because when everything falls apart, which it more than likely will, the whole world is going to rip her to fucking shreds, and it's going to be a very ugly and hideous scandal that most people are going to be talking about for years. So Cardi B should have just kept that shit to herself. The Gordon Ramsay situation where he had that fucking dog in his restaurant, I'm not gonna lie, Gordon Ramsay's reaction was one of the most disgusting, most stupid things I've ever heard in my entire life. So a young woman recently went into a Gordon Ramsay restaurant in the UK, and she had a lot of shit to say about the fact that somebody bought a dog in there, a pee pad, and the managers didn't do shit.
I'm sitting at this restaurant enjoying a beautiful evening with my husband and my newborn baby, and I look up and I see some woman with her dog on a wee-wee pad taking a piss and a shit. I tell the patron, the lady who's working, the waitress, whatever, about this. She doesn't do anything about it. The manager was there the entire time. He said nothing. I still paid the bill. But I'm telling you now, do not come to this restaurant. They allow dogs to shit and piss where you are eating. Beyond disgusting. For a Gordon Ramsay London restaurant.
Man.
Where he's from. It's disgusting.
That's awful. So you want us to pay the full bill? We're not. You're going to remove the service charge.
We cannot control the animals, ma'am. And then he gave me a bill, the full bill, with the 15% service charge added on, to which I said, I am not paying the service charge. Manager did not care. We paid the full bill. There was no discount given to us, nor did we ask for a discount. We paid the entire bill. Nobody at any time apologized for our experience. Nobody cleaned or sanitized the area in which the wee-wee pad was in while we were there. When you go to a Gordon Ramsay restaurant, at minimum, you expect basic customer care, basic hygiene. Those are the two things you expect at minimum. My feeling is none of that was there that night. TMZ at no point has reached out to me. I've had multiple media outlets reach out to me to speak to me. TMZ has not reached out to me. They at no time requested my side of the story. There's some magic eyewitness that was there.
That dog did no wee-wee, no number two. And so for that lady to go out and say that didn't happen.
I believe the lady.
And we now have maitre d's. We now have maitre d's under the table searching for pee mats. However, we don't accept that kind of stuff.
Of course
and secondly,
not.
It's a restaurant, but the dog did not wee. But if the dog took a bite of this, it would definitely shit itself.
So he makes a joke about having the maitre d's look under the tables and then more jokes. Instead of responding with professionalism and empathy, the situation was turned into a joke on television. The man who has built his entire brand on accountability and customer care has not administered that at all.
I feel like so many people are giving Gordon Ramsay a slap on the wrist for this because he's Gordon Ramsay and because, I mean, let's be fucking real. Like, people enable dog owners to the fucking T. Like, you guys love enabling dog owners and be like, yeah, well, it's an innocent dog and it's this, it's a puppy. Bitch, leave that shit in the fucking house. Leave that shit in the car and have somebody watch it. So, I'm gonna be real. There's nothing wrong with people waking up and realizing that it was a big mistake to support Trump. Now it's become this trending thing where a lot of Trump supporters who were once Trump supporters are coming forth and saying they regret putting that man into office. There is nothing wrong with people saying that they wish Trump would have never got elected. There's nothing wrong with people saying that they regret voting for him because it's life. There's a lot of people who regret voting for Obama because Obama did more for the LGBT plus community than he did for black people. It's okay for people to say they regret voting for a particular party.
I'm really scratching my head because I voted Republican and most of us in the fishing industry did, and we're not seeing the positives come out of it, why we voted that.
Let's go back in time. Many years ago, people voted for Bush because they thought that he was the better candidate compared to all the other people that were running against him. And guess what? In 2000, he fucking won the fucking election. And then he won again in 2004. But then when 9/11 ended up fucking up the economy and there was all types of crazy shit about him hiding and him trying to step away from the topic of the war and a bunch more shit and sending fucking soldiers and troops to fucking Iraq and a bunch of other shit, people regretted voting for him and realized that he was a big mistake, and he's the reason why a lot of this shit is happening in America now is happening today. It is what it is. But that's that for this entire video. Please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Give your thoughts and opinions in the comment section down below. And yeah, that's that. Choice out this bitch. Birds around, fish a birds always hits around, fish a birds a house is around. Have to put it out that she's a lonely girl, and it's a lonely world, and she gonna let it burn, baby, burn, baby, burn, baby. This girl is on fire. This girl is on fire. She's walking on fire. This girl is on fire. Oh, 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 oh.